Hi, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. And thanks for joining me today. And if you're new here, just put new in the comments below. And if you're watching this on a replay, just type in #replay. In case you don't know who I am, my name is Hitesh Daudia. I help family caregivers and startup entrepreneurs create a more balanced lifestyle in achieving more by doing less. And so what's today's video about, or my chat? Well, basically it's about decluttering and how the energy around you, either gives you energy or takes energy away from you, and what you see in your external compared to what is going on internally within you. And so I just want to share maybe behind the scenes of how I've created my environment so it's a little bit more peaceful when I come into the office, and it gets my creative juices flowing, I suppose, in that aspect. And so what I wanted to show you first is what my office looked like before. There's paperwork everywhere. Obviously, I'll just quickly share the picture. Yeah, we both get envelopes through the post box, and we put them somewhere on a desk or somewhere on a table to look at later. And because you left them there, when it comes to some other post coming, it ends up being a big pile. Similar with files or anything, you put them somewhere down and you think, oh, I'll look at that later, and it ends up piling up. And then when you look at your working environment, it's sort of a mess, and it makes you feel like you're not energized to actually do anything with that environment. And you think to yourself, I'm going to get around to it one day in cleaning that mess up. Yeah. Or you might open a drawer and you've got a lot of electronics in there, like a plug, 2-pin plug, 3-pin plug. You've got cables. You don't even know what half of these cables are for, and it's just still in your drawer. And you think to yourself, I'm going to get around to cleaning that one day. But what happens is when you do clean it, and just when you organize it, just to have maybe little compartments so that you could put all your pencils in, or pens or whatever. And so when you open a drawer, you can find things quickly instead of trying to rummage around for ages. And I know a lot of people say, oh, but I like the chaos. If you like the chaos, then great, stick with it. But for me, I like to save time. And I find that before, when my drawers were all messy and open up and I pulled out all these leads, I could never find the right lead, and I ended up spending about an hour before I could find the right lead for the phone to charge it up, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. And so now I'll just show you behind the scenes, and also I'll show you behind the scenes of what equipment I'm using, because people have been asking me and they're saying, oh, your video is really clear. Can you tell me what sort of equipment you're using? And I'm happy to just share that with you as well. So let's get on with it now. Okay. And okay. SLR camera. It's Canon 80D, and I'm using that, and I've got a cable here that's going down into the computer that's under the table, or you can see it down there, and that's an Alienware R8 Aurora, and it's a very powerful gaming PC to help with live streams. So then let's start moving over to here. I've got my laptop, and as you can see, before I had some cards over here, and I scanned them all in, so they've all disappeared off the desk. There's no more clutter, and it's a nice environment to come into every day to work into. And then now I've got my over there, it's my Yeti microphone to get good audio input. The software I'm using from the camera as a capture card is vMix, and again, there will be a link for that as well. And then on top of that, up here, I've got my C920 Logitech webcam, but I'm using my digital SLR as the webcam at the moment. So, and then behind that, I've got the light, and this light basically shines down on where I'm sitting in this area to sort of light up that area for me as well. I've got another light on the right hand side as well, which also does the same thing. So you've got lights coming in at sort of 45-degree angles from where you're sitting as the subject. Okay, and now we've got a nice clean work surface here. Let's have a look in, see what we've got in the drawer. Oops, sorry about that noise. So basically just a little bit of organisation there, like bits and bobs in there, some notes, books, headphones. When I look in here, I find everything really quickly, and so to me that's like a number one thing to say. Definitely, you know, the more organised you are, you don't waste time in doing things. I'm just going to go down under the table, and I'm just going to point out, okay, the cabling's a little bit untidy. I still need to, that's a work in progress. Here's the capture card that I've got. It's a Camlink, it's a 4K one, which plugs into the actual PC. And I've got my external hard drive also plugged into there. That 4K Camlink goes into the back of that. That was the lead that I was showing you that goes into the back of the camera. Okay, simple productivity planner here, and all I do there is in the morning and just like I just come and open up, and I just quickly write down what my goals are for today, what appointments and calls I've got to do, what particular task I've got to do, and if I've got more, usually I only do about 3 major tasks, but if I've got more than that, then obviously you've got a little bit more space for it. You've also got how much water you've drank throughout the day. So I've got this water bottle here, and I sort of like divide it by half to say, you know, that's one water bottle completely filled. So then I'll just work out that half a bottle is 2 of these drops of water, and so you can do whatever. If you're drinking a glass of water, you can say 1 glass is that. So it's completely up to you. And then I take, like, sometimes it says here 5-minute breaks, and it, you know, you can cross off how many 5-minute breaks you have, like maybe on the hour or every 2 hours, or you can have longer breaks. It's completely up to you. So this is something that gets me organised. Once I've wrote what I've done on here, then basically I post it up here, and so I see that, you know, throughout the day as I'm walking in and out of the room. Okay, so that's the productivity planner. So I'm just going to shut that down, leave it there. This is when I'm doing my meditation, and so I'll hit this singing bowl. It'll give me a chime, and I'll do my meditation for 5 minutes throughout the day, 5 or 10 minutes. It's no biggie. So that just helps me get more focused as well. This is just a tray for any letters that come in. As you can see, as soon as they hit that tray, I pick them up. As soon as they're in my hand, I either file them straight away or they go in the bin. Yeah, I don't leave it in the tray to pile up for ages and ages now anymore. Obviously the books that I'm reading there, and so now this is the backdrop that we've put up, and basically you can put hooks and things on there as well. So got a picture of the world globe here, and this is to remember my dad who passed away. So basically this is like a little memorabilia for me, because he used to work on the buses as a bus conductor. So that's why I have that there, and obviously because I'm from London, so to remind other people that are viewing that, you know, I'm from London, in case they were wondering what country I'm from. And then just a little plant up there. I quite like this quote because I see it every day on the board. So, you know, keep on going, don't quit your dream. And then just above that, I've got a backlight. So that light will flash, shine down onto like the back of my head, so it distinguishes me between the background and myself. So when the camera hits, like focuses on me, the background will be out of focus and I'll be more in focus and things like that. And so remember the wallpaper here that I was talking about last time? I says decide whether to put it up or not. Well, you guessed it, I decided not to, and I decided to use this as the background, and I think it looks quite nice. I'll just wait to see what the shots are when I'm actually doing the live stream sitting down. You'll be able to see the quality of that later on. And the other thing that I said that I was going to hook up was this little device. Basically that plugs into the wall socket, you've got your Ethernet cable that comes out there, goes straight into the back of the into the PC. So you need that when you want a stable connection, because Wi-Fi sometimes can be flaky, and it can sort of delay or lag your live streams, and they buffer, and you don't really want that to be happening. So that's pretty much it for the setup. And yeah, leave me some comments below if you've got any questions. Let me know what you think, and I'll answer them as best I can. And obviously I've still got my Tweety here, he's giving me motivation. So thanks very much, and I'll leave it at that. So let me know when are you going to get organized, and when you're going to clean your office space, and by what date. Yeah, so when you're going to start that process. And if you're doing it already, let me know in the comments below that, yeah, I'm already on it, and I've started doing it, and it's raised my energy up. So I'd like to have a little conversation. Yeah, how are you getting on? Like, let me know. Let's have a quick look. Tweety, yeah, I've had that like mouse mat for ages, and it's sitting there relaxing, in a little hammock, and I have to show you. Sorry, I have to show you it here. Where is it gone? I don't know if you see it. See, that tells me he's achieving more by doing less. Yeah. When I look at that picture, that just reminds me of it every single time. So he's enjoying the sun. He's got his what is it he's got there? It looks like, has he got a suntan lotion? Yeah. He hasn't got a drink, but he's just chilling out and relaxing. So yeah, and I think the more you create an environment that you want to go into, you'll be more productive, and you'll produce better work, and you'll feel more at ease and relaxed. Thank you, Sandy. But yeah, I mean, if you've got any questions for me, on anything, like in terms of time management, productivity, I'm happy to answer any questions. If you feel, that you might be wanting to do something in the future, but you're not sure, I'm always here to support every single one of you that show up and watch, and leave comments in there, and watch the replays, like and share. But yeah, I'd really like to know, if you're struggling to get organized in your office environment, because a lot of people nowadays are working from home, and if they've got their partner with them, then one person has to work downstairs and one has to work upstairs, and they might not have a proper environment set up for working from home. So they might be working on their laptop, sitting on their bed, which can't be very good for your back. Or someone might thinking, oh, I'll just sit on a dinner table, and then they might be carrying on working, and then it's time to have dinner, and then they feel like they still want to carry on working. So it sort of it breaks the dynamics of what your working environment is meant to be like. And for me, long time ago, I used to work in my bedroom, and I used to have like my bed, and literally there was no desk in the room. It was just my bed, and I was working on my bed. Now I've sort of created an environment where I feel like if I walk into it, it's an office, and I automatically switch on, and I think to myself, okay, now these are the 3 things that I've got to get focused on today. If I complete these by afternoon or whenever, then that's great. Then I reward myself. Go for a walk, and I love walks, especially when the sun is out. It's a bit nippy here today in London, but it's always nice to get that sun on your face and just go for a walk and just forget about everything. And then as you come back, you can carry on your work. And that's another thing that I mean is you can achieve more by doing less. Yeah, a lot of people think, oh, you have to hammer it and you have to be on it, on your A game, 24/7, and you've got to get this done by that time. But if you think about it a little bit logically, and from the heart space as well, that if you do X amount of work for a couple of hours, and then you pull back and you treat yourself, or you treat your body, then it's going to like that. And when you go and sit back down at your desk, it's going to be, because you rewarded it, it's going to think more clearly. You're going to get great ideas come up, and it just helps you clear your mind. Because I've honestly, I've looked at something on the computer and I've just racked my brains, and why wouldn't this work, or why didn't it happen like that? Yeah, and I stepped away, went for a walk, came back. As soon as I sat down, immediately I found the answer, and I was just like, why didn't I know about it? It's because you're trying to hit your head against the wall doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just not going to happen. So you need to sort of break that pattern and do something different. But that's really it for me. If I'll have a look in the comments, if there's no other questions, then I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to say thanks for spending the time with me, helping you achieve more by doing less. All right, then, take care. Have a great day. Bye.